across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then amateurs after me. Shooting stars across the galaxy.
Alright, so here we go. I'm back. A lot has happened. This is We Is. I don't know where I'm going with this, but this is the Fully Coolly Progressive episode 4 rundown. Wow, and I gotta say, this one was a duty. I used to call my dog Duty. I miss Duty, but yeah, this one was a doozy. The theme in this one, it went a little bit too deep. Now, I could go into a lot of the concepts and whatnot, but I missed the previous episode, so I'm at a loss as to what's going on right now at this point in time. But I'm going with this on an episode by episode basis. So in this episode, Hidomi's headphones had latched themselves and screwed themselves literally into her head. Haruko and Jinyu and Ide were all working together to free her from this. As a result of this, she was loopy and happy and sporadic and didn't seem like herself. It was almost out of character from what we've known her to be up to this point. It is revealed that she believes that she is always like that. Those headphones allowed her to block out the sadness of her life, the situation with her mom and her mom being lonely and her dad is pretty much nowhere to be found. And Ide finds this out, and it takes a toll on him where he feels for her and understands where she's coming from because of his own situation in his life at this point in time. This one, I say it's hard because it goes into the concept of death within the series. You never really saw any characters die or really disappear. I mean, there was the Firestarter episode with Momiji and her cult and the Lord Kanti and everything else that was going on, but in this one we get a real decent understanding of the depth of Haruko's need to consume Adamus and hold him down, and we get a little bit of insight on Jinyu's perspective in being that they were eventually they used to be one person, and apparently they are both in love with him, but Haruko has taken a more possessive, dominating form of love, while Jinyu simply wants him to be free to do what he wants and what he wills, even though she will never be loved in return. This sets Haruko off and shows how far she's actually willing to go to get what she wants, beyond, you know, the scope of what happened with Naoto. Jinyu and Haruko get into a bit of a fight. They power up and they're running around in their light forms. The head portals, it is able to be spread. Last episode, Hidomi bumped heads with another classmate, and it allowed that classmate to spawn a medical mechanical robot out of his head, which turned out to be a bamboo shoot climbing panda. I'm still confused about that one, but hey, pandas. Towards the climax, Haruko severely injures Jinyu, putting a hole in her chest and ending the fight right then and there. At that point, Jinyu begins to explain that she wants him to be free, and Haruko pretty much smacks that all down, saying she doesn't care and how they're not really the same anymore and how they will never be the same, even though they used to be the same person. From that point on, it takes a really, really dark turn, and Haruko actually literally devours her. Haruko eats Jinyu. She eats her. She turned into some weird ant bee looking thing, and it just completely just swallows her whole, chews her up and swallows her whole. And I was watching this now, I thought to myself, wow, she's really willing to go that far to literally kill a part of herself to get this. But at the same time, this raises some questions as to the nature of Adamic's power itself and why she's willing to go through this to get it. And throughout the episode, Conti's body, the robot body, Conti, he makes a good number of appearances as an empty shell, possibly, you know, being used as some sort of secret plan by two other characters and a possible third protagonist. I'm not entirely sure. There's some secret stuff going on that hasn't been revealed yet. That old homeless man that was running around is apparently involved with it. But yeah, this one was a real shocker, and you know, it got me really thinking about it. It was weird, and at the same time, kind of made sense. Even from the original Fully Queen's Haruko's desperation to consume him literally pushed her over the edge to fighting Naota, even though she put so much effort into him, into not hurting him. Animation wise, we are back to some serious quality. The fight scenes, everything all smooth, rockets launching, while the simultaneous action is happening in the background. Nothing loses focus, everything is sharp and on point. Production quality that's been ongoing in this current series has been nothing to laugh at. It is both impressive and at the same time, it's, I guess you could say it's almost setting a precedent, because there's always something somewhere where they have to skimp to save a little bit of money, speed things up, and, you know, keep things relatively smooth and flow in the workflow. And I'm not seeing that here. It's like there's nothing they're giving up to keep this going on the ball and keep it on point at all times. Keep watching, folks. This is turning out to be a good one. I guarantee you Alternative is going to be great too. I'm banking on older characters making some returning appearances. Besides this Conti cameo, I'm waiting for everybody else to show up. Alright, I'm going to end it with that. Peace.